Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Candid Conversations. I am your host, the laid back, down to earth life coach, Aisha isReal, and we are going to get started. All I can say is thank you for still being here. I apologize for my tardiness. The devil tried it, okay, but we are still here. So let me just give you full transparency. I had internet issues. My internet actually went out and we did all of the troubleshooting and everything. I ended up having to go and get a completely different new modem from my internet provider. So that all happened around 6 o'clock. And so, you have to set it up. And for whatever reason, that was difficult. So it took us a long time. And then, of course, after doing all that, then I got to log on. And Gmail is so excellent that they have all of these, I don't know, secondary security thing. So it just took a long time. So I appreciate you being here. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for understanding. But we could not cancel tonight's show because it is such an exciting show that we have lined up for you. So I'm excited. Of course, I'm excited about all of my boss chicks, but I actually met somebody today who knows the boss chick today. So that was kind of cool. It's a small world. But I was explaining to her that during the pandemic, I noticed that Black female, well, I don't know necessarily female, but Black handbag designers were on the rise. And I guess because, during the pandemic, a lot of people were starting to have, financial, I don't even want to say issues, but looking more carefully at their finances. And then we had the Black Lives Matter movement where we were really looking forward to supporting Black owned businesses. A lot of us were doing that already, but it was heightened during the pandemic, of course. And so I myself started thinking, we are a creative people. No matter what we're doing, we are creative. And I thought to myself, I know there's got to be some Black designers, fashion designers, handbag designers. And so I started looking, and I remember coming across a company and getting excited because I'm like, wow, there really is a Black handbag designer. And so I started sharing that. And then I remember one of my little cousins, she gets these bags regularly now because she posts them on social media every time she gets them. And so I noticed Lotus Noir. She's gonna have to tell me how to say it because I'm not sure. But I noticed it and I was like, oh wow, this is exciting. Unbeknownst to me at the time, because I actually ran into her at a sorority event and found out that she's my soror. And I was like, oh my God, I've been looking for you. Like, you're a real person. How often do we come in contact with somebody that we're looking for that's kind of like on the celebrity level, right? You're like, oh my God, I like what they're doing and I would love to meet them. And then you meet them. You're like, what? Okay, so anyway, so that's kind of my story. But anyway, without further ado, because I'm so excited to talk to her, and I know that you have questions for her as well. We're going to meet our boss chick of the evening, Erika Jackson. Hold tight. Hi there. How are you?
Hey, good evening.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going good. How are you? We good on the sound, right? It had got a
It's a
little
little
choppy coming
delayed. It's a little delayed. I'm not sure why, but it probably will kick in a little bit because I don't know if that's on your end or mine, considering the technical difficulties I had today
in.
at the
Right,
work.
right.
All right, so let's get started as best we can. So I'm glad to have you here, and I would like for you to go ahead and introduce yourself to the audience. Let them know who you are, what you do, and then I will come in with my questions.
Yes, thank you for having me, Asia. Sorry. My name is Erika, and I am the founder and CEO of Lotus Noir Co. I have handbags and streetwear apparel. My brand is less than 2 years old. Is it really in the small stages, but my brand, I hope to ignite hope and joy into everybody who rocks the brand. I've only been in, well, no, not even gonna say only, because when I really think about it, entrepreneurship has been around a really long time. You sit down and think about it, you've been doing it for a while.
Yeah.
But it kicked off back in like 2018. I was making beaded jewelry. So I don't know, it's probably people in here who still got bracelets. Erica Nicole Creations, thank y'all. um Making beaded jewelry, like I can do this, and trying that out. That was 2018. 2019 rolled around, still doing that, but then I branched off again. It kind of evolved, branched off again, with a plus size, like line, the BBK collection. I was making like plus size t-shirts with different quirky sayings. I was, fun fact, voted most huggable my senior year of high school. So like just quirky sayings like that for plus size wear. And even in that brand, I was like, man, something more. It's something more to this. It's something more to that. So that brand, and even like my logo, has like a really prominent meaning, and I'll get to that. But that brand had the logo, a couple of colors. I was like, something ain't sitting right. I had book bags, and I'm like, yeah, my best friend, we creating this book bag, and she put a quote on there that just like really like helped me move forward with some of my plans, and which is take your dream seriously. And that was something that I was promoting with that brand. And I'm like, no, we got to do something more, a little bit, something that's going to stick. And that's when Lotus Noir was birthed. And that was after 2020. And you know what happened in 2020. So even during the pandemic, me personally, I just couldn't even think about the pandemic because I had some personal stuff going on. So health-wise and things like that. And just coming on the other side of that, I realized that, like you mentioned, how entrepreneurship will push you to think about life a little differently. So coming on the other side of that, I'm like, something got to give, but also how can I tell my story in a unique way? And so Lotus Noir came about, and my logo itself is a lotus flower and an arrow. And if you all know about lotus flowers, they like grow in like the really dark, ugly, damp places. They only come out when the sun is available. When it gets dark, they go back and do their thing. They kind of have it to hide. But then that arrow, no matter how far you pull it back, it has to go forward. So whomever is rocking the logo, just know as long as you live and make it beautiful and worth the shot.
I like
And
that.
so, yeah, and so that's how Lotus Noir came about. It's been some years growing and trying to find my way and path through entrepreneurship and what will stick. And I think I found it.
Yeah, I mean, you know what, and I have to slap the back of my hand because I do not have a picture of your very cute bag. But
I mean, she's sitting right here if you want to see her.
yes, please show. And so the question that I have for you is, so with all that you've done, I mean, like we were saying, entrepreneurship is kind of in your blood, right? It's not either you are or you're not. And sometimes it takes some of us, a little longer to find out that we are. But just the feeling that you have, it's like a confirmation, right?
Yeah.
So like you've been looking for something your whole life. I mean, so many people can say this about different things, but when you find what you've been looking for, whether or not you knew you were looking for, when you find it, right?
For sure.
So how did you know handbag design? Because you said you've done a lot. You did the t-shirts, you did bracelets. Like handbag design to me seems like something difficult to get into.
So you mentioned how like you saw it coming up, but for my brand, the previous brand, the BBK collection, like I mentioned, I had a book bag, and it was like, for me, then it started to become about the quality of the bag. So I'm like, all right, these bags are cheesy. I was getting samples. I still rock. Let's say this. I still carry all my samples because I paid for them, right? But the letters coming off and all this stuff. So in my research and growing and doing more research in handbag, that's when I knew I needed to make the shift. If again, wanted to make this a more like lucrative opportunity for me, myself, and my family, then I had to think smart. And so doing research, I'll be completely honest, I'll give a shout out to another brand. In 2020, Brandon, and I'm pretty sure Blackwood, I'm pretty sure a lot of you all probably have his bag or know who he is, but he was on Instagram and giving so many tips, and he allowed people who were interested to get into the industry to ask questions.
Oh, nice.
Well, I got to ask a question and he answered me. So, to be able to see that people in this community and on this side of Black designers, and to be completely honest, I wouldn't call myself a designer. Like, I want to give people the respect to do that. I am a creative, and then I do express it through my handbags and my apparel. But yeah, Brandon back in 2020, I got the screenshots and everything. He answered my questions online. And then that's when and being a woman who, we're swords, right? In academia, you got to do your research. And so the pandemic, being in solitude, I tell my friends often, like, I'm grateful for the pandemic. Being in solitude allowed me to think and really dig deep and see, okay, which route do you want to go? And so handbags, not just book bags. Well, those will be, we got some things coming, but yeah. But handbags was the next move.
Okay. And so I noticed that you mentioned quality, because that's important to me as well. So what are your handbags made of? What are they made? What makes them quality?
So currently my handbags are vegan leather, right? That word always, get the people going. But it is very high quality vegan leather. I do wish to I am doing my research, let's say that, in genuine leather and things like that. But like I said, I buy samples. Me and my family, we wear them for about a month, 2 months to test out how they look and feel and the wear and tear on them before I do any drops. So like I do my own in-house testing with friends, family. Here, go play around with it. Let me know what's your thoughts on it. And that's how I figure out the quality. And I work with another Black a woman from Gary, Indiana, who helps me source for manufacturers that can help me with my quality.
Okay. I see a lot of comments coming in talking about people loving their bag, or they still have something that they got from you a while ago. That's kind of cool.
Oh, hey y'all. Oh, I see the comments now.
All right. So let me see if I have any other questions. Okay, I asked that. Oh, so you said that you test out different materials before you decide to actually make it, use that material. But once you've decided, how long does it take to make a handbag? Like, what's the production time?
It's anywhere between, I'll say, 6 to 10 weeks tops from putting in from going back with my corrections from samples to then actually getting it in hand. So, going back and forth, making sure the payments and then shipping. And then now most people who are getting stuff shipped from overseas, we know how that's working with time frames and stuff like that. So I definitely appreciate the Lotus Noir community, who I affectionately call the Bloom Crew, flowers. And I thank them because I had a drop, and it was the first drop actually that came out, and that bad boy was delayed 2 weeks, and they were so gentle to me. So thank you.
That's nice. Yeah, because I know how I am when my packages are late. Like, where is it?
Yeah.
I don't. You know what? I don't get upset unless I get ignored. So like if you tell me that it's coming or something happened, I'm cool. I have a lot of other things to do. than sit
Right.
and wait and watch. But if you just ignore me, then I start to get irritated. But that's good that people are patient and people are understanding. Plus, I mean, we've all been through the pandemic, so we know that there, there's things going on. So let's see. Do you have a favorite designer yourself?
I do. I personally don't have a favorite designer. I'll say, I am a how do you say? I chase what feels good, and I don't technically stick with one personal designer. You know, people dress from head to toe in one designer. I would have on about 12 at one time because that's what felt good.
Okay.
And I think that's another thing that I want to embody in my brand is, I also say this is for the everyday human. This is for any and everybody. And if you are here and living, make it worth the shot. But as far as like vibe and like the big name brands that I personally would go with is like Coach, something a really long time ago,
Okay.
Dooney and Burke, because it was more so like functionality and can it do what I needed to do? For me, it wasn't about like, oh, I just need this bag because of a name or I need this bag because of a certain look. I needed to do what I need to do. Can I carry all my things and still look cute in it? Is it going to zip
Right.
up?
Is it gonna last? Is it gonna be able to carry what I needed to carry? I totally get that. I was telling the person that I met today that said they knew you. Yeah, I have yet to purchase with my own money like a Gucci or a Louis Vuitton bag, only because I'm like, oh, that's cute. And then I go to buy it and I'm like, it's not that cute. I mean,
Exactly.
I like it, but there's so many things. Like I'm a Coach girl. Like I have several Coach products. That to me
Mhm.
is reasonably priced. Some of the other things, I my mother is an accountant, so I grew up financially aware, and so hey, I accept gifts. If you like to give me a Gucci, I'm not about to.
Okay. I'll wear
I
it.
accept gifts, but when it comes to me making financial decisions on my own, I'm just way more practical. And so
Exactly.
I was just curious if if any of the designers out there had influenced you. But I like the fact that you said the unnamed person who kind of mentored you and gave you help. I love that. I love that, reaching back to pull somebody up.
Yeah. It's
Um,
all about community for me as well. I
it
love it.
is. It is. Let's see. Okay. We don't need. Okay, so we're talking about quality and we're almost done with our with my questions. But so let's say there's a scale, this imaginary scale where on one
Mhm.
end it's high quality. I would use the word ridiculously priced, but somebody else might just say expensive. And
Right.
on this end, low quality, extremely affordable. Where do you fall in there? Let's say this is 10 and this is 1. And I hate, well, only because I used high and low. But
Right, right,
where
right.
do you fall in there? Do you think you fall in
I personally think and purposely want my brand to fall somewhere in the middle. Reason being, parts of my brand also incorporate like working with partnering with other Black owned brands. So like the services that I get outside of my manufacturer, like I'm really trying to build community through Lotus Noir.
there? Okay.
So I'm not going to charge an arm and a leg. Like I say all the time, I don't want people to be standing in a line waiting on my stuff like Jordans or, a new bag that may drop. I walk through the mall and like touch, bags and do my own test stuff.
Hmm.
But then you see people wrapped around these big name stores. That's not what I want. I don't want
Okay.
people going broke or crying or wanting to like take from one another because you
Yes.
have this expensive type of bag. I never want to get that high up there. And my community, please keep me humble. Thank you. But what I will say is when you get to the lower side of things, then your bags start falling apart. And that's not I
That's
don't
not
want
what
that.
you want to be.
Right. That's not I don't want that either.
Okay.
So, as a business part of things, you got to kind of get it together to make sure that you got the quality. You're meeting the people where they at. You meeting your community where you at. The people that you're trying to target, and then that it also lasts and you keep them coming back.
Right. I like the fact that you're intentional on staying focused on your purpose. Um,
Mhm.
love that. Okay, so now I did notice, and correct me if I'm wrong, that you have two colors, correct?
Yes.
Or okay. Do you have plans to create more colors or designs or anything like that, or are we gonna stay with the blue and the black?
Yes, I do. I have one of my other samples with me now. I don't know yet, y'all. I don't know if I want her out yet.
Oh, okay, you
But
got ready to
if you
go.
all have seen my Instagram page, I did share a new
Okay.
crossbody that I hope to launch before the holidays, to have out for the holidays, because I can't forget my guys or anybody who wants to
Yeah.
rock a crossbody. Um the crossbody's not here. The guys
Okay.
got it. Oh, but look, they said they want to see the other one. Hold on. Okay. Okay. I do got her. I haven't named her yet. That's the other thing. I do name all my bags,
Okay.
uh, names, and those names are very intentional. Even some of the purposes that the bags have with their name is very intentional. So I'm just
Okay.
show you a second. But another little bag.
Now that doesn't have the lotus on it, does it?
No, it's another sample. This one don't. This
Okay.
one is just the name.
Okay. All right. All right.
So yeah,
Sample.
I'm still working on things, y'all.
Okay.
But as far as that, the Nicole bag, the sling purse, is currently in blue and black. The standard for the bags are black with the purple lining, because those are the brand's color: purple, royalty, rich,
I like
um, refresh, new, all of that.
yes.
Um, and then I will do recreate like another a launch. I try to have like a little art installation. We'll see. I'm a
Okay.
solopreneur, so
Okay.
we'll see.
I like it. I like it. Okay, so it is time for us to move into the next segment. So before you go, or at least before we wrap up this segment, I want you, in your own words, to tell everybody what makes you a boss chick.
What makes me a boss chick? Um, I'm a boss chick because I get back up, and we all go through whatever it may be, but I think what makes me personally a boss chick is because I keep going regardless of what's happening. I'm not bleeding on anybody in the process, and if I do, I apologize ahead in advance and check me, because I don't mean it. But I believe that's what makes me a boss chick. I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna find it. I'm about my community.
Yeah.
I want my community to thrive and survive. And if you rock with me, then I'm rocking with you. And so at the end of the day, I understand now. And like I said, what went on with me in 2020, and now I'm on the other side. I understand my purpose.
Yeah.
Um, I thought I knew it then. I know it now. And so I'm here to serve, and I'm gonna get back up and keep going. So
I absolutely love that. Okay, so now before you go or we move into the next segment, I would like to invite you to stay because later on in the show we do girl talk where we answer relationship questions. Are you down for that?
I'm Dion.
All right, cool. All right, so next up, thank you so much for coming and thank you so much for staying later. But I loved this and I am here for all of this. I love all of my entrepreneurs, but I guess because specifically I was looking for black handbag designers. So I'm
Well,
just
I'm
loving
glad you found me.
I appreciate you coming on the show. All right. So next up, we have Taryn T Money Ferrer. She's going to give you some tips to help you grow your wealth. Sit tight for the spotlight.
Hey y'all, hey, it is Taryn T Money Ferrer, and I am happy to be back for another season of this amazing podcast, Candid Conversations. I hope you are having a wonderful day today. And so, the money tip of the day is actually more of some money info. We are going to talk a little bit about the student loan forgiveness program. So I know that there's been a lot of buzz about that, and I want to make sure that you have the right information so you can secure the bag. Yes, that was a play on the bad conversation that we just had with our amazing boss chick. So with that, we want to talk about how the debt relief is going to come from having or not having the Pell Grant. Okay. So if you had the Pell Grant with your student loans, then you will get $20,000 in student loan debt relief. Now, on the other side of that, if you did not have the Pell Grant, then it's $10,000 of student debt relief. Okay, so those amounts are just going to be canceled. So here's a few ways in which that you would qualify, and then just some more information around it. So you qualify if your individual income, and now individual means if you are individual or married filing separately, that would be less than $125,000, okay, per year. Okay, that's annual income. If you are making $250,000 per year for married filing jointly or overall head of households, then you can also qualify. Okay, so it's 125,000 or less, or 250,000 or less gross annual income. Those are the things that you want to pay attention to. The application is going to come out sometime this month. Now, you want to fill out the application whether your loan service provider has your information or not. It's just best to make sure that you have all your bases covered. That is the most important thing. Now, with that, the actual date has not been revealed as of yet. So be on the lookout. And you can actually get notifications from studentaid.gov, and you can make sure that they will send something out. You also want to make sure that you update your contact information with your loan service provider. They're going to send you an email about it as well. So make sure that those portions are covered there. And this also is going to, they want to make sure that they ensure a smooth transition to repayment and prevent any unnecessary defaults with this program rolling out at the same time. So the payments are going to resume in January. Okay, so if you get some of this, some of your loans canceled, amen, turn up. Okay, and so say you still have some that are left over, those payments are going to resume in January. So make sure that you are starting to prepare your budget now to take those on when those resume, if you're still going to have some left. Okay, so just make sure that you are making those preparations and adjustments with your finances. I'm seeing here if there's anything else. Oh, this is a big question that I get a lot. So which loans qualify? That'll be the undergraduate and graduate direct loans, your Parent Plus and Graduate Plus loans, consolidation loans, Perkins loans held by the Education Department, and then your defaulted loans. Now, with things like the consolidation loans, the defaulted loans, make sure that you are getting as much information about those as possible to make sure that they qualify. This program does not apply to private loans. And so I really want to make sure you know that. That is a question that I get as well. It's anything that is federally held. So federal student loans that are provided to you, those are the ones that qualify. Now, this last portion, in terms of the taxes, this is something that has been big lately. Please check your local and state tax information. Okay, so on the federal level, there's no income taxes that are going to be charged to you with this debt relief program. However, some states vary, okay, and some local taxes vary. So I really encourage you to research that for your specific area just to be informed. And this last thing is that the last day or last time to apply will be the end of next year. So December 31st, 2023. So make sure that honestly, you probably want to apply as quickly as possible. Once it's available, I recommend jumping on it, just so that way you can get everything in the system. Just, get it done. Like, that's the best part. So that's the information that we have right now. I want to make sure y'all stay informed. Also, of course, the public service loan forgiveness program has been updated, and that deadline for that new update is October 31st. So you still have a couple more weeks to get in on that as well. So that's your student loan updates, and that's it for T Money.
First and foremost, you need to have your wine.
Oh yes, it's time for Girl Talk with Dawn B, LaTanya, and yours truly, your laid back, down to earth life coach. All right, ladies, it's time to decide. Would you like a question, a scenario, or a personal truth? Think about it, but whatever you choose, just don't forget the wine. All right, now it's time to get this conversation started.
Hey, everybody. Some people are muted.
Hey.
Hey, y'all. Hey.
I was muted. I'm here.
Hey. I'm so glad to see everybody. All right. What evening we've had. So it wasn't just me.
No.
Okay, so I mean, we had a lot going on, but look, the show must go on.
Yes.
I'm so glad to see everybody. Okay, so let me go around and introduce everybody because we have a new face and I see we have some new viewers, so people don't know what's going on. So first, you guys just saw Taryn T Money give her very important student loan information. I might call you because I was moving around while you were talking, but I was listening. So I might need to make sure I have all that information correct. So anyway, T Money is here. Don B is here all the way from the south side of Chicago.
Ping, ping.
All right. And Erika Jackson of Lotus Noir Co. Am I saying it right?
Yes, Lotus Noir. Mm-hmm. Hey, y'all.
All right. And Miss LaTanya all the way from the south side of Chicago.
Hello.
All right. So we are here for Girl Talk. So we're going to be answering relationship questions, but here's how it goes. We have a bank of questions, scenarios, and personal truths. Not that many personal truths. So you guys are getting off easy, right? No personal information. But there's a couple, but I have them written down in front of me because I didn't get to load them. But that's neither here nor there. So anyway, each lady on the panel has an opportunity to choose one of those. And when it is their turn, they get to answer uninterrupted. And then when they're done with their complete answer, then we will chime in and give our 2 cents. All right. Are we ready to go? All right.
Cool.
All right, Taryn, you are up first. Would you like a question, a scenario, or a person too?
I'll go with a question. Let's kick it off with a question.
All right, let's kick it off with a question. Ladies, once you've given him your number, how soon do you expect him to use it?
Okay, well, first of all, it's been a long time since I've been in the dating pool. Actually, my husband and I celebrate our 10-year dating anniversary tomorrow. So it's been thank you. It's been a long time. I guess I was very chill when I was dating. So I would say probably like within 48, 72 hours is what I would expect.
48, 72, so 2 to 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anybody else, LaTanya? I see you shaking your head.
If I went out, like I'm like you, Taryn, it's been a while since I've been off the dating scene, but if I go out, call me later on that night.
Exactly. I get home.
You need to be calling me in the morning, like, how you doing, Miss Lady? You going?
It was nice meeting you tonight.
Yeah.
What you eat for breakfast? Exactly. You show interest. 72 hours for me. That's like, I forgot about you. Yeah, Don.
And
You and already went out again.
Exactly.
I think the funny part, right? And it might be a generational thing because I'm like a text. Yeah, text me shortly after, but call.
Okay.
Don't call me immediately. Thank you. Text me first.
You know.
Well, I'm with. You know what though? Listen, I'm with you. Like, call me immediately. Check on check on the sister. But do not send me those group morning text messages. Oh, Grand Rising Queen.
Oh no.
Yeah.
no.
Rotation.
I told
No
one
Grand
dude that
Rising.
I'm like, take me out your little group text your morning. He said, okay, no problem. I'll add you to the nighttime text.
No.
That's funny.
Good night text.
Okay. No, but I mean, I am not really a phone person. So I prefer the text, but I'm sure when I was dating, I would think that, yeah, I like that text. Like, it was nice meeting you. Cool. I'm trying to think because when I was dating, the most recent time, because I don't even remember when I was younger. But
okay, y'all, everybody's married. Blah blah blah.
I'm talking about, I don't remember like college or even my 20s, but I'm saying so let's just say the time that I met my current husband, when we were dating and there were other people involved, other guys that I was dating or talking to. The reason that my husband stood out is because he didn't bug me. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was a particular guy who was like, I got this set up for us. I'm like, hold on, you didn't even ask me to check my schedule. How you have something set up for me? Or somebody called at like 2 a.m. Dude, don't do that. Like, you know what I mean? But I would be at work. My husband, I would just get a text and be like, somebody thought about you today. And I'd be like, ooh, So I mean, like, don't call and interrupt my day. Don't expect me to shut everything down and turn my
Oh my God
to you. But like, just let me know you thought about me, and I'm gonna call you when I'm not busy, because I'm busy.
Well, maybe I need to get tough. That's why I'm single. No, I'm not. I'm divorced. I'm happy. Never mind. I'm like, yo, son, don't be fucking calling me, yo. Don't even check in on me, yo. I don't like none of that. Oh my God. But you know what? But don't keep texting me. Don't text me for too long now. Like, what's up? Like, invite me out though.
Oh, right. Don't only
Yeah, exactly.
I cannot stand a texter. Like, after so many texts, I'm like, do you know this could have been over like 5 texts ago? Like, just call me.
I don't like text conversations where they're like,
oh God,
yeah, this bugs me. Where you just there's a text that says, hello.
Just pick up the phone.
Right. Because I'll be like, okay, what's up? Like, what do you need? Like, tell me the whole thing, and then I can respond to the whole.
I need to get uptight
every
again.
little thing. How are you? What you doing today? What
Damn, I'm not uptight enough. I gotta get back on my. You know what? I'm lying again. I don't even want.
Wait, I'm gonna let Erika talk it off. Erika, would you like to chime in?
It's been a while for me too. I'll be celebrating 8 years of marriage to my husband in November. But I would say this, to your point. Let me miss you. I broke up with people way before him because you didn't give me a chance to miss you. Like you said, I'm busy. I mean, when you get you a busy woman and she need a little time to miss somebody. Don't be checking on me all day. Not all day. You checked on me already. I ain't told you nothing was wrong. I'm fine.
I cannot believe how tough y'all are. Let homeboy. Ooh, y'all. Ooh. Y'all real tough.
I'm a hard body. I'm sorry, I can't.
What you say, Don? We're real what?
Real tough. Real, yo, I got this. Don't be checking for me.
Yeah.
OMG.
You can check. You can check. But that consistent every morning at the same time, the same text. No.
That's the mass group text.
Come up with something new.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
scheduled on Sunday for up until next Sunday.
Grand Rising. And anyway, I'm not a Grand Rising person. Good morning, me. Don't Grand Rising me.
I'm not
Good
spelling
morning.
it MOUR. It's really MOR. Like, I'm not morning. It's just that's how it's spelled. Like, you can't say
I
morning,
cannot get that
queen,
deep. I'm sorry.
because that's real sad, queen. I'm like, get your woke ass out of here.
I can't take that either.
That's
But
funny.
I don't even. Okay, happy. What about the happy Tuesdays, happy Sunday? I'm like,
Now I'm a texter like that. I'm a happy Tuesday texter.
Just send me a cash app. Then it'll be a happy Tuesday.
I definitely texted somebody happy Monday earlier today.
Oh no, just Zell me. Then I'll know it's a happy Monday.
Because I love a long time ago, I heard like on a Tuesday, smile. We're almost halfway through the week. And
now that person would have been blocked for 2 hours. Don't text me no more. Don't text me for 2 hours. You're on timeout.
It's a no for me, dog.
All right, I'm sorry. It's Dawn's turn.
Scenario? Did we do a scenario already?
No, we didn't even do a scenario last week.
Okay.
But okay, oh my goodness. Okay, let's see. Anything happening? Okay. Is that in order? I don't think that's in order. That doesn't Tomorrow? Okay. Tomorrow I was discussing this with my husband. I don't think.
Tomorrow.
Of the bills, what am I looking at, producer?
Next is tomorrow.
Okay, yeah, let me go to the next one. Okay.
Oh shit, that one I can't read a lot. That's like a good morning text.
Okay, here we go. Is this the beginning? Please let me know if this is the beginning.
That looks like the beginning.
Okay, my fiance's breath stinks and he doesn't like brushing his teeth.
But you don't read the rest.
All the way to okay, wait. I have
not read the rest.
Let me read it. My fiance's breath stinks and he doesn't like brushing his teeth, but even when he does, it still has a little bit of stinkiness. I've told him about it numerous times. Even my friends and family have told me about it. Yes, I was embarrassed. ASF.
F.
I think this AF. But anyway, he's been to the dentist twice in our 4 years together. But I don't know if I can control, whatever, or it's just lazy. I just know I can't commit to living with someone whose breath smells like a poop factory. To add insult to the injury, he drinks a lot and he adds onions to everything. This can't be real. You wrote it exactly like him. Okay. We don't have sex, kiss, or any form of affection because of this. And okay. Y'all read the rest. Okay, what do you want to say? Because this is hard. But in reality, I can't stand sharing the air he breathes. Okay. So it's your question, Dawn. I'm sorry we had to go to the next one. I couldn't.
You didn't even finish. Listen, let me tell you something.
Because the first page, I just don't even understand how you're a fiance. You're saying, how did you
that part? That part. How did we get this far? How did we get here?
How did you allow this to happen?
Okay, my producer said that's why you read the whole thing. So I'm sorry. Okay, so I left off. Even my friends and family have told me about it. Yes, I was embarrassed. He's been to the dentist twice in our 4 years together, but I don't know if he can't control it or it's just lazy. I just know I can't commit to living with someone who's. I did get that far. Okay. He gets mad because he thinks I'm holding out, but in reality, I can't stand sharing the air he breathes. I literally wake up every day with a crook in my neck because I can't sleep towards him. That is terrible. We have a 2-year-old and his breath already. What? Okay, I guess ...
Okay, so what we're reading, what's reading the whole thing changed? Not a goddamn foul mouth thing. The back of an earring, that's what it smell like. The back of an earring. Listen, let me tell you something. And it happened to me with my husband.
What?
It was a complete turnoff. I cannot deal. Me personally, I'm huge on mouth freshness, body. Okay, when I meet you, be fine. I love a good-looking man, but if you got bad breath, and what happened with me and my ex-husband, I couldn't do it, and he went and found out everything that could possibly have been wrong, and he fixed that shit because it was. But we had to work back. Like, it turned me off so bad. Why y'all are silent?
I'm trying to scream, Don B.
It's a true story. And it turned me off so bad that we had to literally reconnect to get back on track. I'm like, damn, son. I mean, and the difference is he did like brushing his teeth. He did clean his mouth. He had something
else going on.
And he always went to the dentist. And the high cholesterol must have did some high palacarol or something.
We need to send help to LaTanya over there.
You know, and sometimes we have
somebody get LaTanya off the floor.
and we do have off days, okay? But in regards to that person, that particular person, see, mine got rectified. That brother, to this day, we don't even know what it is. I'm like, nigga, brush the little dangly thing that fits in the back of your throat. Brush that too. Okay?
Brush it.
But I mean, he had a clean mouth. It just smelled bad. But now I don't know what it smells like now, but he fixed it. To that person, you
let me fix my phone.
Bye. Good night. Go. Run. Right. You don't even share if you can't share the air, you can't face him in the sleep. What are you doing to yourself? She didn't even have to write that in. She should have got the answer. As she was writing, she should have said, oh, you know what? I figured this out myself.
I agree with you. I agree. That's tough. So I wonder when I see something like that, because my thought is, how did you get to fiance? Like, if this is so serious and so bad that you can't stand it, like you can't be in the same space, how did you get to fiance? But I imagine,
like, you literally signing up ball and chain to this. That's what you're about to do. You're about to sign up for a lifetime of this, but you can't stand the air to share the same air.
Share the same air.
But it must be something else that he's doing very well. Like, I don't know what that is. I mean, maybe
he's doing
really
well. She said he drink all day and eat onions.
And eat onions on everything.
How you with a man that don't like brushing his teeth? A grown ass man. Is he your son?
She ain't said nothing nice about this man.
Baby didn't kiss.
She did not. Right. But, so maybe they had the kid before this became a problem. Like, I can't imagine that this was always a problem. Like, how? Like I said,
how 2-year-old got bad breath too?
So
no. So then the problem must be in their diet. Then it's their stomachs. Yeah. They need some digestive enzymes. What everybody started eating since the pandemic? We need digestive enzymes and some black seed oil. Sea moss,
you are
elderberry. Then maybe his stomach will correct itself because the baby got it.
Okay,
the baby don't have it. I don't think they said the baby got it.
She said something about the baby's breath.
We have a 2-year-old and his breath already.
We have a 2-year-old and his breath is already.
They ain't even got all his teeth.
First of all. It's not and bad breath is not hereditary. First of all, girl,
it's not.
You shouldn't even put that question on here because nobody could take you serious. I can't stop laughing because
I can't stop laughing.
Anytime you say you can't stand to share the air,
God,
like that means you cannot. So
I say though,
in the summer it may be okay because you could let the windows down, the breath come out and go out the window, right?
Nah,
but what you gonna do in the winter when the breath start cooking with the heat?
Oh no!
I'm out some breath going out the window. That's not going nowhere. So she finna get married. she gonna invite the people to the enclosed wedding? Is it gonna be outdoor? Because if you don't want to share the air, I don't want to share the air with you either.
I'm not going to that.
I don't. No one's going to that wedding.
And I can tell you the truth. I know that smell. It's like a little chitlin tooth. Cause that's why I say I was gonna start back wearing my mask, because like sometimes you can smell it like, oh, I smell the tooth. But yeah, that's bad. I don't have advice for her. She could just really have a real sit down and schedule his dentist appointments for him. Like act like it's a date, schedule a date, and it's a dentist.
I think, be honest.
Yeah, I think like Dawn did. I mean, go find out what the problem is. Go exhaust all your options. So, I mean, I'm guessing because she took the time to write the letter, because she called this person her fiance, they have a 2-year-old person, she's invested for some reason. So if she's mad and she's trying to get out of the marriage, then, she really she could just go. But if there's a reason why she's trying to stay, which she did not include in the letter, then yeah, they need to change toothpaste, change toothbrush, make sure he's brushing for 5 minutes.
It's a diet.
Flossing. What is the other thing? Mouth. I don't know. Go to the dentist. Go to the oral surgeon. I mean, exhaust everything. If you care about him and you love him and you really want to marry him, then yeah, you have some work to do.
Dr. Tishner.
He need to just brush his teeth.
Yeah. And do not add
stuff compounds.
Water.
Yeah.
She said,
that compounds over time.
Do not add the half-part water.
Wait, what?
Start with brush your teeth.
Oh, yup. She just remembered. She's like, oh, yup.
Yeah, that's
Dr. Tishner.
You gotta like. I'm not marrying you if you don't brush your teeth, man. Like,
see that part. See, my husband,
he's been showing you for the last 4 years. He's never gone.
His teeth be winning.
And then you had his baby, I guess, thinking he would go, and then he still don't go, and now y'all get married.
Okay, so
I would pray over that situation.
Either exhaust everything or let him go. I don't know. Okay, so LaTanya, it's your turn.
I'm taking a question. I don't know about the scenarios because. All
right, here you go. According to studies, Black women married to white men have the best and longest relationships. Why is
that? Wait, what? What you said? Wait, what?
Why does LaTanya have such a blank face? You just.
I missed the whole thing.
What? Okay. According to studies, Black women married to white men have the best and longest relationships. Why is that? So, like Meghan Markle and Prince.
I would say that who did the study, and I think that a person who works on their marriage and they work on communication and they work on trust and they work on whatever issues that may arise in their marriage and they go through the proper protocols, they have the longest marriages, whether it's a Black man or a white man, whatever the relationships, whatever their race is for the man or the woman. I don't even want to speak on that. Like, I'm not against it at all, but it's just like, why do the study? What are you trying to say, that Black men are not capable?
It just says studies, which means who knows?
That's Facebook. Social media.
Yeah, what are you saying?
People who are taking the survey.
It's Black men.
I'm with LaTanya. Where was this study taken? Who was the pool? We too smart for this. Who was the pool for me to have an opinion about this study?
Right. Everyone in the comments want to know what study. So, exactly. I mean, at the end of the day, I just feel like marriages in general, they last, whether it's with a white man or a Black man or whatever. They last when you put in the work to make them last. Yeah, it doesn't have anything to do. And to me, it feels as if that study with Black women being with white men, it's like, what are you trying to demean Black men and say that they're not capable of staying in long-lasting relationships. Like, no.
No, but I'm gonna tell you something.
That and why wasn't the question? I got a question. Mm-hmm. Why is it red black women, white men? If it was red white men, let the black woman be the prize in the study. That white men are more happy when they're married to black women. I don't like how it was written. That's just my personal opinion.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
you can look at it so differently on that end. Why can't white men be happier? Like, to your point, LaTanya, are y'all saying something about black men? Because my black husband is great to me.
No. I'll tell y'all. I'm about to go get a white man.
Wait, what happened?
let us know how that goes, Don. Let us know how that goes.
You got let us know what make the study make sense.
Oh my God.
Okay,
no,
I totally agree.
That sounds like a troll.
Yeah.
But some people do just believe, like they read one article and
okay, I'm sorry.
What it says.
Cut me off for 2 minutes. I gotta run upstairs and get something for the delivery. I'm sorry.
No problem. See you soon. No, LaTanya, I totally agree with you. I think no matter what your race is, if you are in it for the right reasons and you're willing to do the work, that's all that it takes. I mean, not saying that that's easy. It's a lot of work, but you got to have that motivation. You have to be decided that this is something that you want to do and this is something you're going to work for. And that's it. I really feel like it's more about love and a decision. Love is the motivator, but you decide. You decide that this is something that you want to do. This is something you're going to make work. This is something you're going to put your everything into so that it can work, right? So, I mean, if you're not sure, I really feel like if you're not sure, marriage is not something you should do. It's not something you try. And I like, that show Divorce Court.
Like Shorty is about to get married to the bad breath man. Yeah, you just shouldn't try.
Right. And there's so many people out there trying marriage, and not that you can look at somebody else's marriage and know exactly what to do in your marriage, because it's all about the two individuals in the marriage. But yeah, you got to know that this is something you want to do. Don't just be like, okay, let's try it. What? No, let's talk about it. Let's see if we're headed in the right direction and if this is going to be worth our time or not.
Exactly.
All right, Miss Erika, it's your turn.
I like stories, so I'm gonna go with situation. I like. Let me hear something.
Okay. Let me see if we can work this out. I'm trying to see because they're so tiny on my screen. I can't tell what the first one is we were all rushed today. Ladies, if you have children with your spouse, how often does your spouse ditch out for the weekend to either work or go on trips with friends? I have a 1-year-old with my spouse, and he works hard and makes bonus money to pick up shifts on weekends. However, this means I do all of the childcare on weekends, plus taking the lead all throughout the week and in every household and long-term planning area. This weekend, he plans to go see a comedy show with his friend, leaving the childcare to me yet again. It's the second friend's trip in a few months. I feel burnt out. If we have scarce, we have scarce, if any family support nearby. Should I be mad? He feels I'm trying to ruin his fun by guilting him, which I am. I think he should feel guilty. I'm tired and I feel that he's... I heard an echo. Sorry. I'm tired and I feel that he takes my determination to be a secure parent and wife for granted. That was long.
I would get this scenario. Oh dang, Don done missed the scenario. I'm gonna tell her when she come in.
She said she saw it.
Did you saw? All right. My opinion about this scenario. Go to the comedy show, girl. Show up with the baby and see what show they want to see. I got questions. When was the last time they went on date night? Did they go on date night, too? Or is it he's just always planning activities without you, not including you? So yeah, I got questions and I got personal issues that might be coming through in a second. And hey mom, look, see. And so like I'm not about to yeah, no, you ain't going on no friends trip. Them is not friends trips, them is not business trips. I don't care what you guys say. But to make it for real, just from an entrepreneur standpoint and even just personally in my house, I'm the busy one. So like the last couple of days have been super uber busy, and my husband been with the kids, but it comes with communication. So if he's not willing to communicate with her and say, honey, for the next 3, 4, 5 days, this is what business looks like. And then also plan time in between. Yeah, granted, it don't sound like she working because he say, he pick up the shifts and she at home all the time. So it sounds like she a stay-at-home mom. But she, as a wife and a mother, and what I would suggest to her is that she finds something for her to do as well. Find her thing that she like to go and do, even if it is taking the baby, or if even like she said, she got either that, Look,
I don't suggest.
That is not his friend, ma'am. That is his boo, and they going on dates. Show up to the conversation.
I missed that part.
No, that's her influence.
That's my opinion of the scenario. My opinion of the scenario is that's not his friend, because she didn't say she didn't specify if it was a male friend.
Right.
She didn't say his homie. So,
well,
either way, that's
exactly. It doesn't matter if it's a man or a woman. The point is that the home life is suffering, and attention needs to be
time. Yeah, you gotta communicate, right? You gotta say, I'm gonna make time for you throughout this time and what we're going through. And here we are. I'm busy this weekend, but I got time for you.
Yeah, but what if she be like, I don't want to go. I'm a boring bitch. And then
and that's it be some boring, and they be like, and you be wondering why, but you boring. You boring. I want to go to a comedy show. You don't like comedy shows. I want to laugh.
And it's funny that you said that the scenario had comedy show in it, because as a comedian, people automatically think that when I go to work, it's a party. Like it is for people that's attending the show.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to work. So the guy that I date be like, you going out here to... I'm like, yeah, actually I'm going to work. People do come to be entertained. That is their outing. But they your boring ass uptight at home then. No, they always have to stay home. I never take a guy to work with me. But kids can't go to the comedy show. I just think the solution is give the baby up for adoption. No, I'm just playing. I'm just trying to say.
No, the morning he packs for his next trip, just leave. Had a baby sitting there and leave, and he say he ready. You just go sit out and go sit far away. You ain't gotta go far. Just go somewhere and sit for a second. He gonna lose his man because he ain't gonna know what to do because he gotta get to this trip with this baby sitting here crying. Just let him figure it out. He'll start talking then.
Wait, did she say that he didn't communicate?
She just said that he works a lot. She
communicates.
She takes care of all the child care, but he doesn't really chip in for child care. So when she's looking to be relieved of the child care part, he's saying, I'm going out with my friends, or I'm going on this trip.
Okay. So this is what I've seen too in the military life, that women don't say anything. They just be like, yo, speak up.
Make questions for other people to answer instead of communicating it to their husband about the situation. And the other issue with this is they are spending, so he's working a lot and he's the sole, it sounds as if he's the sole provider, right? If he's working a lot, then use that extra money for a babysitter so that you can go out as well. If he's even if it's not if they're married, they definitely need to spend some time together, because he's working. It's no time together. So someone else said take the baby to his mom. They said that this in the scenario, the person actually stated that
They don't have a lot.
they are not around family or friends. But if he's working a lot and working to get bonuses and all of that, use that money, like all the money that he's using to go out on these trips.
Get creative.
Bro, put that in their babysitting fund.
And go to care.com. Like they have, or go to like in my neighborhood, they have the Beverly Moms Association. You can go, you can find somebody to babysit, honey. If you just figure it out. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and then she is like, she's so, this person who submitted this, she seems like, she really just seems so quiet, because let me tell you about one of those weekends. I'd have been left when he was in the shower. Beep, I'm out. I don't care if I have to go nowhere. If I had to sit in somebody's parking lot and scroll on Facebook all day, I'm not about to keep letting you go out and I don't get no time alone. She's burnt out. Like, and so I know if she's burnt out with the baby, she's not giving him any type of sexual attention at all, because she's burnt out. And that's why he's going out with the friends on the weekend, because he getting it in with that girl.
Or the strip club.
Y'all decide shit.
You know what I mean? But, yeah, so agreed. So for the person who wrote the scenario, I do think that you should take the advice of the people on the panel for different reasons. So saving up money so that you can get your own babysitter. I mean, you could try leaving the baby at the front door and walk out. I don't know what type of husband you have. That's risky, but hey,
you don't want to go to jail.
True. I mean, I don't want to laugh, but that's bad. It's true.
Right. But you also should plan something. So I'm I'm a talkative person. So I don't necessarily say make friends easily, but I meet people easily and find out we have things in common. So there's things to do, things to, places to go. And so I can, call somebody and be like, hey girl, what you doing? Oh, you doing this? Let me tell my husband I'm gonna be doing this on Wednesday or whatever. You know what I mean? Find you something to do so that you can tell your husband, I need you to be here on this day because I have something to do. Right? So
or just get a divorce. I'm just
I mean, I hope but,
I will not drink tequila anymore.
Abused. That's not good either. So you will have to listen to yourself.
I was gonna say I'm team negotiate, and that might just be the businesswoman in me. But like, okay, so you want to go out, awesome. So you get to also pay a majority of the babysitting fee so that I can have some time for me. Thank you. Because when I have time for me, everybody else is going to be in a much better place, including your child. So
including your child.
I just feel including your child. Because I don't have an issue if he wants to go out.
Ooh, that's good.
And even if I want to go out, because look, that's good.
Yeah.
But like, because we all like, we might not like the same exact things, right? So I'm a fan of a comedy show or like them as much as he likes them, and so I might not want to go to all of them. However, we each get to have our thing and have our space, so we get the self-care that we need. Oh, thank you, Pamela.
So I'm with you on that one too. I'm the extrovert in the relationship. My husband's the introvert. We're literally yin and yang. So he's a homebody, but I like to be outside. So you got to find a balance. You got to find a balance, but you got to come outside with me every now and then. So
you have to, and don't be uptight. I'm sorry. You're making me reminisce because I'm just saying. I'm going to work though. It looked like we outside, but it's work. Pamela said if he wants to go out, he's the babysitter. She said, I'm old school. Men do things because you let them. Think about your self-care. I'm with you, Pamela S.
I'm sorry, guys. I have been alerted. We have gone way over time. I know we started late, but
We've been talking good.
Yes. So sit tight. Let me close out the show, and then we can have the after party. My voice is a little bit better this week. All right, hold on 1 second. Good night.